Puffy Combs. I don't sleep to this day. I have a problem sleeping to this day. Like, yo, man, I'm here to work, man. I ain't sang in a week. I mean, I'm 13 years old, and I'm telling him, look, you're going to put me in the studio, man. You got Biggie Smalls in there. You got Craig Mack in there. I'm not here to party with you. I don't want to go to the clubs. Matter of fact, I'm too young to even be in here. Why you got me in clubs? We would fight. We would tussle.
It might have been the fact that he was just, wanting to tell a different story right now. And I understand that. But we did have a brief conversation, and, we're going to do something else in the future. But there's no love lost or anything like that. I think that it's a lot of pressure for the Super Bowl, obviously, for me to put together a show. So I reached out to everybody. Justin wasn't the only person that I actually spoke to about doing the Super Bowl. But the moment was maybe for later.
Deshaun Diddy Combs looking to suppress evidence in his federal trial. Senior investigative correspondent Aaron Katursky is back with the story. Good morning again, Aaron.
And to you, Michael. You'll remember federal agents from Homeland Security investigations were hardly shy when they raided Sean Combs' opulent homes in Los Angeles and Miami, guns drawn. The jailed music mogul now argues those searches and other searches of his iCloud accounts, electronic devices, and New York City hotel room following his arrest were unconstitutional.
Welcome to the channel. Smash that like button and subscribe right now. You don't want to blink and miss the wild drama we're about to break down.
Play the Super Bowl. I'll go ahead and give you that in the future. I profess that over his life and over his time, because he has a career that deserves it. But it just didn't happen, but that doesn't mean it's not.
His lawyers argue evidence obtained through those searches must be suppressed. Diddy's lawyers say the government presented a grossly distorted picture of reality when applying for the search warrants, omitting certain facts and including salacious details from an unnamed producer that were never credible. Combs has pleaded not guilty to racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking, and prostitution charges. The defense is also arguing here his ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, was a willing participant in drug-fueled sex performances called freak-offs, not coerced as prosecutors allege.
Word on the street is Usher's about to take the stand against Diddy in a trial that's got everybody's head spinning. This May, it's all going down, and the pressure, it's hitting Diddy like a freight train. With just a few weeks left, Diddy's legal squad is scrambling hard to fight the evidence snatched up during those crazy mansion raids. You can tell things are getting real ugly behind the scenes.
Moved to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp.
Yeah,
Flavor
that's
Camp.
what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s, do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I mean, but
Usher and Diddy go way back, like over 30 years deep. When Usher was just a young teen, his mom packed him up and sent him to live with Diddy, thinking he'd be the one to kickstart Usher's career. But now, Usher's saying he got thrown into a wild, grown-up world he had no business being in, facing stuff he was way too young to handle.
hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle,
right?
And I saw it, and it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
So nobody tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place, and I didn't necessarily understand it.
Biggie Smalls was there.
Biggie Smalls was there. Lil' Kim, Craig Mack.
Usher's finally breaking his silence, speaking out about everything he went through, and the scars it left behind are deep. The bond between Diddy and Usher, it's always been messy. Usher's pulling back the curtain now, sharing how rough things really were for him while trying to survive in the entertainment world. Back in 2018, Usher had to settle a messy lawsuit for a jaw-dropping $1.1 million.
All these people are hanging around.
Yeah, man. Faith Evans, Jodeci, Mary J. Blige. They didn't know nothing about this shit.
Oh.
I was having a good time. You know what I mean?
Does he have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean, to keep you humble somewhat? Or are you just like, can you stay up till 4 a.m. with them and party?
I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than them.
And do you have money? What's going on?
I mean, I had like per diem.
Yeah.
I had like,
what
like
a
a living.
life.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy camp?
Hell no.
And it doesn't stop there. Usher's name has been dragged through all kinds of wild rumors and messy claims about his personal life, making his public image even harder to clean up. Now, a disturbing photo just leaked from one of Diddy's wild parties, showing Usher caught right in the middle of pure chaos.
Well, some documents have leaked about Usher. They were obtained by Radar Online. And apparently back in 2009 or 2010, he had contracted herpes and passed it on to a celebrity stylist having unprotected sex with her. He had to pay $1.1 million to that woman for severe emotional distress.
Now everybody's asking, did that wild lifestyle Usher got thrown in to mess with his mental health? Usher's been real about how hard it was trying to survive in that kind of environment. Usher's rise to fame skyrocketed once he linked up with Diddy, but all that success came with a heavy price. Behind the flashing lights, Usher had to make some brutal sacrifices.
And he also covered her medical bills. That case was settled back in 2012. Now, allegedly, there was a greenish discharge from his penis.
Whoa, that's a booger. You can get penis boogers? I didn't know that.
He said he went to the doctor. He was cleared of any STDs, so the woman went on and continued. Now, if I notice a greenish discharge oozing out of your penis.
This ain't Nickelodeon.
I don't know that I would
That ain't
continue.
slime.
What you gonna say,
I know all these kids playing with slime nowadays, but no.
I don't care who you are, okay?
Nothing green supposed to be coming out your penis.
Nah, not at all.
That's not how this works.
Nope.
Yellow comes out my penis.
Sometimes putting everybody else's needs ahead of his own just to keep climbing. Backdoor business deals were getting made too. Deals that ended up shaping the careers of a whole new wave of young stars. Even Justin Bieber later opened up, saying that his experience with Usher had a major impact on him, and not always in a good way.
We made love.
Who you made love with?
Diddy, Bow Wow, Busta Rhymes.
You just told me you see Busta in the airport too. That motherfucker tried to act like he didn't know you. You smashed Drake?
No, I never smashed.
Oh, you made love to Drake.
And Cat Williams. What's his name? What's his name?
Bro, you smashing a lot of people.
What's that name? Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard. Usher. Usher's a gusher.
I ain't gonna stop you like that, but this is only a tease. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you, Island Def Jam recording artist, Justin Bieber. It's getting ready to go down. Just so you know, we're in the studio right now working on it. Get ready because it's gonna be big. Ain't that right, Justin? That's right. That's right. So look out. We're coming.
We want to thank you. Come in. Don't sit on the bed at night. No homo. No, just don't get close to the bed. Don't get close. But it's just like, yo, we want to thank you for hosting the thing, man. It's been a pleasure. You didn't have to do it, and you did it.
No. I definitely didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't have to. First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed. Shouts out to him and what he did. I'm just gonna, if we can, let's just put the camera a little this way, just so we're not. I don't want my shot to even I don't want it to come close to the bed at all.
What once looked like mentorship now sounds like it was way more messy, leaving both of them battling behind the scenes. Things between Justin Bieber and Usher definitely aren't what they used to be. Justin's been keeping his distance, and he hasn't been shy about saying how certain moments in his life.
Justin Bieber. This kid comes up to you. He's not Justin Bieber yet. He's just some kid. And he says, I want to sing for you.
It was at the studio of Jermaine Dupri's. I said, why don't you set up a meeting between me and your manager? I'd love to meet with you and do this in a formal setting. I'm late for an appointment with Jermaine Dupri.
Right.
And I don't want to keep him waiting. Let's just do this the right way.
And then you have him come to audition for you, right?
Actually, there were a few people. My wife at the time.
Right.
It also was Perry Reed, L.A. Reid's first wife.
You were all sitting in a room somewhere.
We were in a room.
Yeah.
And I showed her the video. And Perry says, are you crazy?
Including his tight connection to Usher, hit him hard. People are now side-eyeing their whole relationship, wondering if Usher really gave Justin the support he needed when it mattered most.
You better get down there and meet this kid right now. He's amazing.
When all these pics come out and all this stuff with Bieber's big penis, are you the mastermind behind that? Say, listen, show off your big penis and people will come to those concerts. Or are you sitting there?
Is that the kind of managing he's doing?
Usher, are you sitting down with him and saying, yeah, show you, or leave it in your pants? I mean, do you sit him down and say, look, part of this is PR,
Hey,
man.
by the way, he does have a brain of his own.
Yeah, but were you shocked at the size of his penis?
Hey, listen, he has a mind of his own. What he chose to do with his penis is his prerogative. He's managing that aspect of his life.
But Usher is somebody.
I have nothing to do with Justin Bieber's.
There's a lot of chatter about why Justin stayed so quiet about some of the shady stuff that went down during his early career. And folks can't help but wonder what really went on behind closed doors.
Usher look like he fresh off a goddamn plane. Usher.
Fresh off the garden stage. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, pause, but like that's how. Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes because he used to always get up early with me.
Get career. Do you know Raymond Usher the Fourth? No. Do you know an individual, an entertainer by the name of Usher?
Yeah, Usher. That sounds familiar.
Isn't it true that Usher was instrumental in starting your career?
What does that have to do with this litigation, Mr. DeKalb? This is just you trying to harass the client.
Justin Bieber's been making it real clear. He's cutting ties with both Usher and Diddy. He even straight up turned down a massive chance to perform with them at the 2023 Super Bowl. That move alone says everything about where their relationships stand now. Word on the street is some insiders knew about Diddy's shady behavior for years, but decided to look the other way. Some even say there were serious efforts to sweep certain incidents under the rug.
Before we came back here, you had asked me.
She's going to let her read back the question. Thank you for your memory.
I was found on YouTube. I think that I was detrimental to.
Meanwhile, as more damning evidence piles up against Diddy, his legal team is starting to crack under the pressure. One of New York's top lawyers just filed to walk away from the case, blaming a huge fallout behind the scenes. That's how messy things are getting. So what's really causing all this pressure that's got Diddy's top lawyers running for the hills?
His name's Scooter Braun. Flown out to Atlanta just to meet with him and meet different producers and different people. I was actually going to meet Jermaine Dupri at his studio. And who rolls up? Usher in his Range Rover. Yeah, rolls up, and I was like, "Is that who I think it is?" And Scooter was like, "Yeah." And so I ran up to him and I was like, Usher, I love your songs. You want me to sing you one? And he was like,
Some people are saying it's all tied to the evidence Diddy's been desperately trying to bury. Things are spiraling fast, and his legal team is starting to fall apart right in front of everyone.
Let's just go inside, little buddy. It's cold out. So the politest possible way he could say no, he did. And I was like, wow, he just turned me down. And I was a little disappointed. He had to go into a studio session, so I was like, whatever. And a week later, he actually watched my videos with my manager and was like, oh my gosh, why didn't I let him sing? So flew me back to Atlanta where I got to meet him again, and he wanted to sign me. But
Diddy's attorneys have been out here trying to get certain allegations thrown out, arguing that it's all just racial bias because of his success. But that excuse isn't holding much weight, especially since his alleged victims come from all different backgrounds. This whole situation is way deeper and messier than Diddy's team wants the public to believe.
There was something else.
Justin Timberlake, right?
Yes, Justin Timberlake also wanted to sign me. It was what happened was Justin Timberlake and Usher both went into a ring and boxed it out. And the outcome was Usher. I think it was a TKO.
Hollywood's been hiding its dirty secrets for way too long, but now the truth's busting wide open. The real question is, will Diddy finally be held accountable, or will he slip away one more time?
You gonna give him a pad? Bruh, you know I know. Let me reframe you on something. Remember Usher? We was at the Swiss Hotel. Puff had Kim in the room. Had one of Keith Sweat's baby mothers in the big room outside the master bedroom. He came outside in his robe.
What do you think Usher's testimony is gonna mean for Diddy's future? And why do you think Justin's still keeping quiet after everything that's come out? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear what you're thinking. Make sure you smash that like button, hit subscribe.
He came outside in his robe. She gave him a fellatio right there. His back was turned to me. She gave him a fellatio. You knocked on the door. I came and opened the door for you. Puff went in the room. You came in the room and kissed that girl dead in her mouth. Now I'm telling that because you taking up for somebody that you know and a lot of more people know didn't do you right when you was at Diddy camp.
Turn on those notifications and share this video with your crew. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.